Hi, I'm Terry Whitaker, and I'm the Regional Workforce Recruiter for the Alaska region of the United States Fish and Wildlife Service. I've had the privilege of working for America's premier fish and wildlife conservation agency for 15 years now. And in my role as the Regional Workforce Recruiter, I have the unique opportunity of serving as a technical advisor to the regional team of directors, as well assisting managers and supervisors in their responsibility to create, attract, and maintain a highly skilled, diverse workforce. Growing up, I had many mentors and role models, some of whom had absolutely no idea they were playing such an instrumental role in shaping my future, both personally and professionally. My first animal experiences came from my family. I grew up in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, but my family is from a very small, predominantly African American town called Okmulgee, Oklahoma. I remember learning from my aunts and uncles and cousins how to take care of animals, everything from geese to chickens, ducks, cows, horses, and that kind of thing. But not only learning how to take care of those animals, but learning how to protect the land that they lived on, because other animals or species of wildlife definitely depended on those areas as well. I got my first animal related job from Dr. Christy Darrow, who still to this day serves as a mentor to me. I learned animal husbandry, various veterinary medical practices that I am able to use in the field as a wildlife biologist. And thirdly, while my father wasn't really an animal person, I was allowed to have dogs and birds and even snakes growing up. But most importantly, my father fostered that love and that interest for wildlife, and told me that, son, you can be anything you want to be. As a matter of fact, he can't get enough of even today talking about some wild and wonderful place I am off saving the world and taking care of critters and that kind of thing. So I'm very thankful for that. As I think about what attracted me to conservation, I think about my early formative years and being a captive audience to wildlife and nature related shows such as the Wallace Wildlife Show, Wild America, National Geographic, and thinking, yeah, that's exactly what I want to be when I grow up. I think even then I was a junior renegade biologist that wanted to go and conquer the world and save all the critters. But honestly, I do what I do. I'm in this line of work because I have a passion for it, and I feel like I have never gone to work a day in my career. Although there have been some challenging times, I've enjoyed every single minute of it. I mean, my career has taught me invaluable lessons, and furthermore exposed me to people and places and experiences all over the world that I may have otherwise never experienced had I not chose this career in wildlife conservation. But I truly, truly love what I do. There are three things I always wanted to be when I grew up, and that was a veterinarian, or a wildlife biologist, or a science professor. And fortunately, I've had the opportunity to do all three in some capacity or the other. As I worked as a veterinary technician, I completed a Bachelor of Science degree in zoology and then went on to get a, a Master of Science degree in Wildlife and Fisheries Ecology. Had the opportunity to travel throughout the Caribbean doing research on reptile and amphibian populations, which was an amazing experience, by the way. But right out of graduate school, I landed like my dream job. I got accepted into the former Student Career Experience program, now the Student Pathways program, and got my job as an endangered species biologist, which was absolutely amazing. But in that capacity, I had the unique opportunity to work with minority and underserved landowners, helping them do great things for their land, for the benefit of wildlife. And so as my career morphed, I had the opportunity to work at the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service National Headquarters in the Division of Congressional and Legislative Affairs and Public Affairs as well, getting a broad overview of what the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service does and how my agency not only helps the United States but the entire world and the great things that we do. I then became really, really passionate in the area of retention and recruitment and overall wanting to bring more people into this great career that I chose over 15 years ago. And along that way, I had the opportunity to serve as an adjunct professor teaching zoology and ecology, and even traveling to foreign countries and teaching study abroad courses in Costa Rica primarily, which was an amazing experience for me. And to present, I have the great opportunity of working for the Alaska region of the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service as the regional workforce recruiter. And once again, I'm in a position of sharing my story and sharing the stories of other wildlife professionals in hopes of bringing others into this career, as well assisting project managers in diversifying our workforce. I certainly have enjoyed my journey along the way. I'm looking forward to what else my career has to offer. So when I think about what it means to be an African American in wildlife conservation related fields, I go back to when I was growing up as a child and my family spending time in places like Yellowstone National Park and the Redwood National Forest, Grouse Mountain in Canada, the Grand Canyon, the Colorado Rockies. And as I looked around, I never really saw another African American family or anyone that looked like us, and I thought that was strange, because for my family that was quite normal, and I'm very thankful that I had parents that exposed my sister and me to those kinds of opportunities. But as I came into my career, I was the first African American to ever work in my office. It was an ecological services field office for U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, and I had that fear of, wow, there's not going to be anybody there that looks like me or talks like me or whatever the case may be. But I, instead of meeting that opportunity with fear, I turned it into a learning opportunity and a teaching opportunity for myself and for the people that I worked for and with, and it has blossomed into a great career. And I take those experiences with me even today as I approach my work. I always look at opportunities as an opportunity to learn or an opportunity to teach someone something. So my advice to to young African American professionals that are considering a career in wildlife conservation. Don't let that fear of being alone, or that fear of not seeing anyone that looks like you or talks like you or has hair like you, or anything of that nature, don't let that deter you from one of the most amazing experiences you could ever have. I started this career 15 years ago, and I'm still enjoying it to this day. If I had the opportunity to offer any advice to a young person that is considering a career in wildlife conservation, or any career for that matter, I certainly would offer the obvious, making sure that your academic career is solid, doing extensive research in the career that you wish to pursue. But one thing I would offer is experience. Get experience. As they say, experience is the best teacher. Participate in an internship, a fellowship, or just volunteer your time. Go to your local wildlife refuge and tell the professionals there that, hey, I'm interested in a career in wildlife conservation, and I would love to see what you all do. They could always use the extra help. And one thing that I would also offer is being remaining focused on your goals, and not being afraid to constantly reinvent yourself and learn more and more and more and more. But the most important thing that I could ever offer is have fun. Enjoy the journey along the way and all its twists and turns. You could learn so much from your experiences.